What is going on, Libra family? This is your girl, Venus Archangel, here with another love read for y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. And guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody. Yes, I tried out this lipstick again, and I like how it came out. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comment section if you like it, because I think I did a smooth job, okay? But that's just me being crazy, and let my Gemini moon come out for a little bit. And actually, I think that was actually more Libra than anything. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what's going on. What's going on in your love lives, family? Virgos got tough. They got tough, independent. They were like, wait a minute. Relationships? Hold on. They're not spreading all the gossip. They don't want me to say nothing. They need to say something in the comments. But I still won't listen. I still say stuff. Alright. That's public reading. Everybody's going to know if they watch it. So, anyway. But I don't actually conduct spy readings. So, just so you know. I don't conduct spy readings just because I gossip. But I can gossip. Alright, Libras, let's see what's going on. Yeah, I can gossip, but I ain't no snitch. Okay, I guess so. Alright, y'all. That should be a good thing. A lot of people take that as a bad sign, like if you don't like look into other people's lives, and I'm like, no. That means that if anybody ever comes to me and want to read about you, it's confidential. I can't tell them nothing. So you have all the privacy in the world to do whatever you want. Some people like being spied on. Some people really don't. And I'm one of those people. Don't spy on my life lies for me first. You know what I'm saying, family? All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Libra. You got too much going on, girl. Guys, too. Okay, it's not just ladies in here that watch. I know there's some gentlemen in here that watch too. Which I love the gentlemen's. But oh my gosh. So I modified the Celtic cross. So I removed a couple sections to kind of make it a little shorter, not so dense. I mean, I do Celtic cross readings for my clients, but it all depends on the question, really, because I don't want people to get all like, I don't know what this spread is. I don't know what this is. So I simplify it in my website, so that way you just ask your question and I pull the cards accordingly, and you can get a photo with that too. You know, to see what spread I used, and you can walk along with me. It's the same thing. And I actually will start introducing video call readings, actually. Oh, not video call. I already do that. But I'll start introducing video readings soon, which along with the sale that I'm going to be having this week. So, anyway. Well, maybe not along with it, but sometime as the sale's going on, I'll introduce that too. Okay. Libra. The heart of your, the underlying energy, my bad. Taps. Almost started right into the heart of reading because I understood the underlying energy. The underlying energy is the high priestess. Secrets. But this is also talking about something that you already know. Something that you've got pendling in the side of your head. Pendling. That's not a word. Underneath that, the Queen of Wands. You guys have been very passive for the Queen of Wands energy. Okay, it's almost like you guys are waiting for something or wanting something. You guys are in a very passive position. Very passive position. Not really making a lot of decisions. Not really going out and doing things. You're just kind of on the on the back burner, kind of like, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's coming around. And I think for some of you guys, this is like also kind of keeping things to yourself, not opening up. At the same time, you guys just may, you guys are aware of something. You guys, this is talking about you guys knowing something, especially when the moon coming up in this reading. It's a lot of passivity, a lot of yin energy, and what is going on with all that, yang and fire underneath there. It's like, but at one period you were doing a lot, and now you've become more passive. Now, in the heart of your reading, like I was trying to say earlier, you got the Eight of Wands. So that's talking about progress, moving forward. things coming into play, things happening, right? And I feel like there was a lot of messages, a lot of back and forth, communicating with somebody. And I feel like this was great, but the thing here is the Ace of Wands. Like, there was no excitement or enthusiasm regarding regarding these messages, regarding this progress. There's no really there's nothing, I feel like this Eight of Wands is actually more seen as being kind of like overwhelming and just coming in too fast. Like, usually with the Eight of Wands, everybody's happy to see the progress being made, but it's almost like there's not necessarily a lot of progress that's wanting to be made. As a matter of fact, I feel like with this Eight of Wands cross the Ace of Wands, it's like the Ace of Wands to me is like there's something at a delay at that point. There's something at a delay, and you're kind of having to figure out where to go, okay? Honestly, because I think there's no progress being made at this time. No progress equals no beginning yet because in the past I think you had plans with somebody, with people, and it fell through. I think it didn't really come out the way you wanted it to, or you had an idea of where you're going. And I think obviously with plans change over time. Things change. So I feel like there's some things that may have put into place. Maybe there was some sort of working together, some grouping up or whatever, and there was some collaboration in regards to this. I feel like there was something that you guys were trying to, that you and this other person, if it was just you by yourself, were trying to strive for. But now you got the Two of Wands. You move back down a number. Now, typically, I would see this as significant, even more significant if it was the same element, but you move down a number. So that tells me that you are now having to figure out a new path. You're going back to think something through in regards to finding excitement now. No longer whether or not you can see the future, if there's something that's long-term or lucrative about it. I feel like you may have done that in the past, and now you're course correcting, and you're kind of trying to find out what exactly makes you happy now. What makes you happy this time? And it's hard to do, right, Libra? Because if you had some things that you were solid about, right, and then now you got to go back and figure out what even makes you happy. So yeah, everything's gonna be on delay until you figure that out, of course. But it is what it is. But in the future, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So now you're questioning whether or not the thing that you're trying to decide from, the thing that you're crossroads about, is it worth even getting into? If it's worth, any effort being put into it. Like, you jump straight to the Seven. Like, you don't even know if this is something you want to do. You don't know if this is exactly something that's worth your time and energy. If this is really something you actually want to see manifest to the absolute fullest. Like, you don't even know. And that's the thing. I feel like you're looking at this World card, or looking at this globe, because the way it's facing the Seven of Pentacles. Now, if you look at the individual in this card, and he's like, this is what it's looking like, family, and like it's looking like this when it's laying down at me. It's almost like you guys are looking at it and seeing every option is going to lead to some sort of dissatisfaction, some sort of pleasure, and realizing like, oh my God, it's actually not going to do anything, is it? It's not going to be lucrative at all. Is it worth my time? Is it going to actually span out to be whatever it is? And I feel like a lot of people have been feeling that lately. They're just not feeling like confident about their future, not confident about how it's going to turn out, and that in a sense hampers down the confidence of one's individual self. And I feel like why don't you believe that whatever is going to come into the future manifests in the way you want it to? Yeah, it's going to be work. It's going to be a lot of work, but why don't you believe it's going to manifest in the way you want it to? Despite the work. Is it something you can commit to, and why can't you? Well, your goal, aim, ambition is the Nine of Swords. A lot of doubts, a lot of fears, a lot of worry. Like, then when it comes to figuring out which direction you want to go, yeah, there's a lot of I don't know how this is actually going to work out. But that's okay, because you have to focus on the present, right? There's no point in focusing on the future, because you don't know what's going to happen. Just like the same thing with the Three of Pentacles. I feel like the lesson in all that was to not plan so hardcore in the future. Just make a skeleton, right? When I say skeleton, like, make plans. But of course, the universe is going to throw monkey wrenches and some hurdles your way to see if you can adapt, to see if that plan is actually going to manifest, see if that dream and that goal is actually worth pursuing. Because if you could jump the holes and do the backflips and whatever you need to get to your goal, then it was worth it. But if you don't, but it's got to be something that you want. It doesn't matter if it's, if it's worth the time. And I feel like at the same time, I think the value or the goal is still the same. It's just the action now. How are you going to get there? You're going backwards in regards to figuring out how you're going to get there, right? Because I feel like the ultimate goal now is, it hasn't really changed that much. I think it's more of like, what makes you happy? What makes you excited in regards to making it happen now? Because nothing is exciting. Everything's kind of like, okay, well, is that going to funk out on me? Is that going to conk out? And it may or may not. But it's all about how you are in the present, how you see things in the present, and it's not I don't see it in the most healthiest attitude. I'm not saying that you guys are like trying to destroy your dream or anything like that, but it's understandable where you're coming from, especially if you're having to go back and rehash everything. But the way to move forward is to just focus on here and now, focus on what you want, and then go for it. Right now, as far as the future goes, don't worry about that. And don't worry about if it conks out or not, because you may be surprised. It may actually stay. It may actually last. So you don't want to premeditate that. You don't want to bring that energy into existence. Of course, acknowledge that, right? You have to honor that emotion, right? That fear, but then also remember that you are the control of your own destiny. If you don't want something to happen, it won't. You have to believe that it won't, because you said it won't happen. I know it's hard to do, but trust me, it will. Now, you have the Four of Swords. You guys are figuring out what y'all want to do sleeping. Yeah, you guys are laying down in bed, trying to figure out what the hell you want to do. And yeah, you're not really standing at the crossroads. You're kind of back in bed thinking about it. But hey, it's a stable place. You're meditating and you're healing. And you're trying to figure out where you're trying to go. At the end of the day, you're trying to figure out where you want to go. There's a pause in your life. And it's not very exciting, but you guys are trying to, figure out where you guys are wanting to go. I hope that you guys, do find it and figure out what excites you so you guys can go out there. But the Ace of Wands is like, even a rekindling of a relationship wouldn't even excite you at this point. And I don't see a lot of apathetic cards. For some of you guys, you may be wanting to reconnect with somebody, to be absolutely honest with you. Now, with this outcome, you guys have the Six of Wands. So this is wanting to feel proud of what you do, being recognized for what you do, having success in the effort that you've been putting in, which is fair enough, right? Because you want to be able to start the thing before, and actually see the results. The future was like, I don't know if this is actually going to work out. In the present, you was like, I don't know which way to go. But trust me, Libra, it don't matter. It don't matter it don't matter about the future. Why? Because doing the best you can is the best thing that you can do. And that actually really alleviates a lot of the stress. Focusing on what you can do now gets rid of all that stress now. The stress for later is like, it's going to be a headache when you get to it, if it happens, which I don't want that to happen to anybody, especially not my lovely Libra families. Okay. I'm a Libra too. I don't want you to see this. I don't want this to manifest. I'm stressed out too. But the thing here is like, I'm going to just try my best to manifest in this moment, do the best thing I can in this moment, and focus on where I'm going now. If there's a hurdle, if there's a thing that comes my way, I will deal with it then. But I won't focus so much on what's going to happen or what could happen until it happens. And that's the best thing we can do right now. Taking a chance and just going with it. Because right now, we're just going to be running in circles, chasing our tails until, and end up chasing our tails into the ground, because we will be doing all the work, stressing out, and not really actually doing much of anything that actually makes us happy. So I'm going to be using the wisdom of the oracles and the whispers of love, okay, for this week. Oh my gosh, you guys literally have the crossroad card for this. Fork in the road. Yeah, you guys see that there is no way forward, but there is options available. There's different ways, different paths to take. Don't feel stuck thinking that you have to go with one direction or the other. And at the same time, commit to that option. But at the same time, remember, if there's an option that doesn't really feel that great, it doesn't get you what you want, that's not going to be the end of it. You can just actually turn around and just go backwards and take the other option. You don't ever have to stick with it, but commit to what your dream is, commit to what your goal is, and then the decision will be made clear and a lot easier to make. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on with your whispers of love. Whispers of love. Whoa. Card almost fell out. Physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving someone a hug who needs it. Oh, God. All right, Libra. I got another message for you because this is actually triggering me too. If you're stressed out about some things that may have not died between you and another person, and you're worried that if you do can interact with them, and you may feel the awakening of the dragon that's sitting within you, dormant, not really necessarily going anywhere, well, I have some news for you. You will handle it in a moment's notice. If it don't feel right, you won't follow through. If it does feel right, do what you feel like you have to. Because that's very interesting that the physical touch comes up. I'm getting triggered myself. Okay? Like, you kind of feel stuck in regards to that. Maybe there's an ex around you or somebody that you know. But the situation is that the best thing that you can do is work on now. Focus on the now. Physical touch is talking about things that are tangible. To hear, to manipulate, and to fondle, and whatever. It's, if you have something here right now, then just, be the best that you can, do the best that you can with what you got. Okay? Do the best that you can with what you got. That's all I can say. But yeah, physical touch it can be important. I know I've had several long distance relationships. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's great to have, but you don't want to focus so much on the physical touch that you end up losing touch with your partner. That's not how it goes. Like, you don't want to do that. Which is important. Like, who do you love? It's like the lover's card. So many people want the lover's card, but they don't understand what it means. It's like there's a distance between them, but there isn't. The love fills the gap. There's no amount of distance a person can have that can keep them from loving the individual. It doesn't matter if they're close. It doesn't matter if they're far away. It's harder, sure. You can't kiss them. You can't touch them. You can't hug them. But the thing is, like, they're there with you in spirit. Always. They're a text away. They'll listen to you. They're great. It's finding the pluses of the relationship and not focusing solely on the negatives. For some of you guys, I feel like you guys may have had plans to connect with somebody, to be present with someone, like in the same area, same place, same everything. And it's trying to figure out, how are you going to go and do that now? How are you going to go and make that happen? And it starts by picking a path in which to go and making it happen. And doing the best that you can. Because that's the only thing you can do. All right, Libra, this has been your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I have a sale going up this week. So it's across the board, except for the 3-card reading, of course. So, y'all interested in doing that, going in there and doing all that. Awesome. If not, that's cool too. I got a $5 instant go reading that's still up. You guys want to take advantage of that? Go ahead. A lot of people, I met a lot of amazing people with crazy stories, and hopefully I was able to help them as much as I could, because I think they said I was doing great. So, okay, but yeah, love you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, Libra family.